Hey guys, welcome to the second Q&A on this channel. I asked you guys on Twitter to ask me some questions with the hashtag AskOle. So let's just dive into the questions. So question number one comes from Todd M. Walker, and he asks, for you, what makes a BlackBerry a BlackBerry? What things have to be there for you to keep it? So what makes a BlackBerry a BlackBerry? For me, it's the physical keyboard. I think, of course, BlackBerry is the only manufacturer that does physical keyboards. Because I love them so much, there's practically no other way. Samsung once made a physical keyboard attachment for the Galaxy S7, but that one is rubbish. I will stick to the BlackBerry Passport's keyboard, as well as all BlackBerry keyboards like the Q10s and the Classics. Not so much the Pris, because that one wasn't so nice, but the physical keyboard is one of the most important things about a BlackBerry. Another thing that BlackBerry nails is the battery life. If I use a phone, it has to have a good battery, especially the BlackBerry Passport. That it's nearly undrainable, but I think the BlackBerry Passport battery is amazing. And for me, if I use a BlackBerry, it should have a good battery to keep me productive throughout the day with heavy use, heavy messaging. So a big battery has to be in a BlackBerry device. And yes, personally, I still think that BlackBerry OS X is a thing to be on a BlackBerry device. It is so, I think it's over-engineered, it has so many features, it has so many features to keep you productive, and in my opinion there's no other OS that can do that on the level as BlackBerry 10 does. So that has to be on the BlackBerry, or that makes BlackBerry a true BlackBerry. I think the three things that make a BlackBerry are a good physical keyboard, a good battery, as well as BlackBerry OS X for now. So let's dive into the second question, and it comes from Samaritan India. I hope I pronounced your name right. And he asks, or she asks, I'm not pretty sure, possible features of OS 10.3.3, I guess he means. So there popped up an article on a BlackBerry fan page, I think it was, and it was talking about the new features that will be on 10.3.3. Some people thought it was actually an official source. I will leave the link to that article in the description below. And it was talking about all the new features that BlackBerry 10.3.3 will have, and those were amazing. There were a lot of features, and I think you should go read through them down below in the link for yourself, because there are really many and I can't show all of them in this video. But I think that this list is not true, it isn't confirmed, and it sounded like the author of this article was talking about what he wants and what could be, so it wasn't anything that was definite and it wasn't anything that was really true. So I will wait the month till 10.3.3 will arrive. Before that, I won't share any rumors about it, because there's absolutely no information about it. So I can share what might be in 10.3.3. Officially, BlackBerry says that it will just be security updates, security improvements, so no other features, but we will see in the next month. I hope that the list that I linked down below will come true, but I highly doubt it, unfortunately. Next question is actually a private question. It comes from Dantes, and he asks, how do you like your coffee? So no BlackBerry related question. So how do I like my coffee? If it's espresso, I like it pure, just the espresso shot. If it's regular coffee, I drink it with milk. Otherwise, it just wouldn't taste nice in my opinion. But yeah, that's how I like my coffee. If you were interested, maybe now you know. The next question wasn't really a AskOle question, but it was asked on my Twitter profile, so maybe you'll see that I answered here. And it comes from Tristan Howden, and he asks, what device that you have personally used would you say is the very best BlackBerry? And in my opinion, because I've used it the longest, it's the BlackBerry Classic. For now, it has the best form factor, it's very versatile, it has a tool belt which no phone has in today's world, which is quite innovative. I think, yes, it's an old feature, but to put it into a new phone or a modern smartphone is a very nice thing, I think, because you can edit text so fastly with the tool belt, you can scroll through anything. The only problem it had or has is that it doesn't have much power, so running Android apps might not be the best thing or isn't the best thing, but I have to say that the BlackBerry Passport comes very close to my favorite BlackBerry device because it has such a good power. The form factor, of course, it's a bit awkward, but the keyboard is amazing, the OS is amazing, the power it has is amazing, the camera is also quite good. So that is why the BlackBerry comes close, the Passport comes close, but because I've used the BlackBerry Classic the longest and I've enjoyed it so much, I think the Classic is my favorite BlackBerry device so far. It was also my first BlackBerry device. So next question is from Ernesto Esparza. I hope I pronounced your name right. And he asks, how do you get your BlackBerries? Do you buy them or are they given for review purposes? So that's actually a pretty easy question to answer. I've bought the BlackBerry 9700, a QnA, a Classic, as well as a BlackBerry Passport now, the Silver Edition. So I bought 4 of them. BlackBerry themselves gave me the BlackBerry Priv because I won their contest BlackBerry Fan of the Month. I think it was in May. And I got the DTEC 50 for review purposes from glove.co.uk, but I've stated that in my video. So the majority of the devices I I bought myself, and I get some for review purposes, like the DTEC 50. Maybe in the future I will get more, you'll see. Maybe I'll buy more, but yeah, hope I answered your question. So the next question comes from Crash the Hound, and he asks, do you feel like BlackBerry has lost their identity now that they are just using rebranded phones and using Android? In my opinion, they have not lost their identity yet. I think their phones are one of a kind, especially the BlackBerry Priv. So Android on that device really wasn't a drawback for the BlackBerry identity. But of course BlackBerry 10 was a whole BlackBerry OS, so you might think that they've lost their identity with Android, but I think all the features that they brought to Android that no other phone manufacturer has brought into Android yet really make it a special device, is a very unique device. So the software itself is very BlackBerry-like, so I don't think that they've lost their identity there. Of course, with the rebranded phones, they're kind of losing it there. It just isn't their design anymore, and I'm kind of sad about it because I always loved the BlackBerry design, especially the Priv, the Passport and the Classic, and I'm very sad that they gave up on that design thing, but I'm not sure if they will completely lose it because there's an upcoming physical keyboard device from BlackBerry. So we don't know, or I don't know, if it's produced in-house or designed in-house or if someone else does it, but I think when this device isn't a true BlackBerry, then I think they're kind of losing their BlackBerry identity. But for now, I don't think that they did. And maybe I'll give a statement in the future about that. But thanks for the question. So the next question is from Dr. Sharan. I hope I pronounced your name right again. And he asks, is the BlackBerry Silver Edition fine with Android APKs, and is it still worth spending money on this phone? So for the first part of your question, yes, the BlackBerry Passport does handle APKs pretty well. I actually made a whole video about it, which you can see by clicking up there, so you know how it does. I don't have to really talk about it again. And do I think that it's still worth spending phone on the BlackBerry Silver Edition? And yes, I think it's still worth spending money on this phone. If you do a lot of messaging, if you're not a big app guy, if you just have to stay productive, need a good battery, I think you can easily power through the next year with the BlackBerry Passport, and maybe even power through the next one, because it's just an amazing phone. The hardware is nice, the power is nice, and if you aren't a big app guy like iPhone users, then it's still worth spending money on this phone. So I hope you enjoyed this Q&A. Leave a comment in the comment section below on what you think about this video. Leave a like if you like this video. Also make sure you subscribe to my channel to stay updated with the newest videos that I upload pretty regularly on Mondays and sometimes Thursdays and Fridays. So yeah, subscribe. Also make sure you follow me on all my social media channels on Twitter and Instagram. Those are below, you can see them right now. And also the pin for my BlackBerry Messenger channel is in the description box below. So see you in my next video. Until then, bye.